turn round and start to bend over. Girl, bend over. Girl, you're full of confidence. Some girl works cause they can't bend over.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And we are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. This is the Talk to Us segment. Here is where you get even more interactive with us by calling number 457-9997. That is both a direct number as well as a WhatsApp number. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube. So if there's any particular topic that you wish to raise, you can feel free to call us now. Anything that we discussed this morning, anything that you want to bring to our attention that is radio worthy, you can do so by calling us now. Gangnam Style. All right, Gangnam Style. You know, I hated this song back in the day. I hated this song with a passion. I hated this song and I hated the dance, right? But yeah. After a while, you know, one of those times when you hate something so much that it grows on you, that is exactly what happens. It ended up growing on me. All right. So Gangnam Style. All right, so the phone lines are open and we haven't seen anyone call us yet. So that means we get free reign. So we are going to jump into a topic of our own. All right. So on the weekend, you know, minding my business on social media. Yeah, I did say that. Minded my business on social media because it was my phone. So I came across a video of a young man sitting on a wall, right? And he was having a colorful exchange of words with a woman, right? The woman sounded like she was older than him. And based on what he said, that's the inference that I made, that she was older than him. And he said something to the effect. So he's cursing her and he's using interesting words, you know, in typical Vinci cussing fashion. It was some very interesting words. I definitely could not attempt to play that on air. But he was making the point to her that he's a big man now. And the things that people, they used to look to tell him back in the day when he was a young man, they shouldn't think that he's going to allow it to happen, right? So the cussing is going on. And some persons in the comments, of course, are saying that he is a young man. He's younger than her. And he should show respect for her. He shouldn't be telling her the things that he's telling her, that he should show respect for her because she is older. And several persons were of a different opinion where they're like, well, if she's telling him, he telling her back. They don't see anything wrong with it. Now, I know that we grew up in an era, I believe Dianna did as well, where you don't curse back older folks, right? You don't curse persons who are more senior to you. And we tend to find that younger persons now are a lot more vocal. They don't care who it is, right? They are letting you have it. So we're asking the question, a young person who is cursing back an older person, do you consider this to be disrespectful?
I mean, I was taught, as you said, I grew up in that era and I was taught that you're supposed to have respect for your elders, you know, things like that. But I mean, what wasn't taught is that the elders supposed to have respect for you as well. And that respect goes both ways. And sometimes I find the elders are a little bit entitled. I do believe that we ought to have respect for the people that came before us for several reasons, because they've put a lot of things in place that we come today and enjoy. Of course, they've taught us a lot of things that we need to know. Some of them, they didn't teach me nothing good, and they don't respect us. They don't you know, something as simple as when you pass somebody on the road or somebody who's older, you would say good morning or good afternoon. Some of them, when they pass you, they don't say this to you. They don't think that they should greet you, but that you should greet them. I mean, when I was a child, I would do certain things because I had to, because I know if any one of them went to my mother, my mother would not look for a reasoning and these things. I would just get licks, you know. But when I became an adult, I simply returned favors to some of these older ones, you know. But we have a call, so we pause there, take the call, and we come back. Where did the call go? I don't know what happened. Seems we lost that call.
All right. So the person who's trying to call, you can call back now, please.
Yes. So as I got older, if when I pass you, you don't answer me or you move, because some of them will move like that. They don't feel like answer you, they won't. And the next time you pass, if you decide you're not going to, they'll say, oh, you passed me straight and yada, 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 right? But we have another call. Hi, call. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning,
Morning.
angels. How you guys do it? Listen, I grew up in the era where respect your elders was important. I couldn't dare answer back to my grandmother or anybody in the street, as a matter of fact. And that continues today. I went to England and you meet people in the street, they will say good morning to you, etc. Say good morning back. I just finished my walk. Every morning I meet people walking and we all say good morning. And I have two boys. The oldest one is 38. And he will meet you. He will say good morning. He will say Miss Dianna, Miss Roleza, etc. He will call it by title because we tell them when they're growing up, anybody's older than you, could be your mother or your father, is a Mr. or Mrs. Whichever. You do not call, if you call by the first name, you must put the Miss or Mr. behind it. And up until this day, they're doing it. So respect is due all around. I cannot stand. It's one thing I cannot say. It's rude children. I cannot stand it. I cannot. I don't go for that. So that's my take. You gotta respect. And if everybody do the same thing, this world will be a better world. But unfortunately, people just go their own way. They watch television, they watch videos, and some of them just don't have the respect because they were never taught that way.
But what about a
And
case?
if you never
For you, what about a case where you come across somebody who's older than you, who is disrespectful to you? What do?
If you're
You walk
disrespectful,
away?
I walk away, or sometimes I say, "Look, you must have respect," you know. As if I see them talking to someone in a way that I don't think is appropriate, I will tell them. Some of them will answer back, and some of them I've had that before, and they curse me. They curse me out. Some of them say, "Mind your effing business," or some things like that, and but society is a completely different from our days growing up. Completely different. Yep.
All right.
And you can't hit them anymore. So that's it. Yep.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jeff.
Take care.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we have another call. Hi, Joshua. Morning.
It's me again. Now, respect is earned. It's not an entitlement. And there's an old saying, adults create, children imitate. Just listen to the house when the house is in session. Listen to the behavior of those adults, the people that we put there to lead us. Listen to the behavior. From the Prime Minister right down to the clerk just has to take notes. Listen to the nasty exchanges there. Our young people are listening to them. And they follow that. So let us not beat up on the young people. Let us target where it begins. A fish rots from the head. So parents, adults, community leaders, pimps and prostitutes in the pulpit, clean up your act. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks, Joshua.
Somebody commented here, says respect starts with the older one. If you disrespect anyone, you shouldn't be looking for respect.
Okay.
Right. So to finish up what I was saying, well, some persons did kind of allude to that, to the point that I was making as well. Respect goes both ways. Just because you're older does not mean that you can do and say anything to somebody who is younger. and they just allow it to go like that. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody who is younger to curse or not to curse, respect or not disrespect somebody who is older. It is up to you then and there, whoever you are, whatsoever morals, guidelines, rules, laws, philosophy that you go by. I think it is up to you in that moment to deal with the situation how you would want to deal with the situation.
Okay. All right. We have a call. All right. Hi, Dave. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Woo, we early this morning. Boy, go ahead, Dave.
Hey now, you put out a challenge to me since last week there, and I see you often you're back away.
What's the
You tell
challenge?
me you want to pick, if I want to pick up on something.
Oh, you mean Monday?
You forget
When Doc
or
was
what?
here? When Doc was here? It's Monday. I think it's Monday, but I can't remember what I was about now. Anyway, go ahead. I forget what it's about.
Because, I ain't here say nothing. Well, I think I hear say good morning to me this morning. I was up to hear that. And so on. First time you hear telling me morning but WEFM and that sort of
Don't
thing.
even start because it's happened frequently. You must be in listening at the time. Don't start.
Anyhow, I love how you are holding the fort. And I just want to say this, right? When I speak without water in my mouth. Because I listen to all the so-called loving people calling this program and trying to give the impression that they are so honest, they are so they're such good people and so on, yet they come and stab you and so on. I listen carefully to all what people have to say, and nobody can accuse me of trying to pull down anybody as such, right? I remember some time ago when somebody was attacking me and Queens tell you all don't stop the person and so on. And I said, wow, good observation. But I listen. And when I have to give my thunder, I give my thunder if you want to call it thunder. But I am all for better St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I am not satisfied that we are having a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially in this time. I am so glad with election on the horizon. I am so glad that you're hearing all those who have hatred and all the political dishonesty, diatribe, and all of that. I don't want to get involved with that. I want to see things clearly, right? I want to see things clearly, and nobody must be an imposter and a trickster and a fraudster and all of that.
All right, Dave. So let me.
I am accused, you can run your mouth on me and say anything, but Dave Roberts will be here to answer any of that. Yes, you said something?
Yes, Dave. In relation to the topic that we have in this morning, right? For you as an older person and for me as a younger person, would you find it disrespectful if I answer you back?
Oh, there's a question. I didn't even hear that. I wasn't even aware of that. It all depends. It all depends on your, what should I say, on how I understand, how I see you. There's some basic things, basic manners that we should have learned unless St. Vincent is the most backward country. There's some things that we learn from young. I don't hear a lot of that, like thank you, sorry, excuse me, please, and all of that. I don't hear that. So the question you asked me, as an elderly, as an older, or as the oldest person who called the program, if I can put it that way, if I can correct you, I'll try to correct you. But you can't correct some people, right?
All right.
Does that answer?
Well, it's your answer. It's your answer. All right. It's your answer, Dave. So, all right. Thank you.
I mean, it's my answer.
Dave, it's your answer. We want me to tell you
me
again. It's your answer. No, I ain't gonna tell if you talk strip in this audition. You know, if I felt that's why I would tell you so. No, it's your response.
All
right?
That's how I like to deal with people. Love you.
All right, Dave.
Love you. And please keep up, lift your standard and all of that. Continue to do that for everybody. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
All right, so comments here says some old people think because you're small, they don't have to tell you morning first. They also say that some believe because they're older than you, they can tell you anything and you must not answer them.
Yeah. All right. So my opinion on this, right? I deal with maturity. I don't deal with age, and age does not define maturity. And some old people mouth just as hot as young people mouth. And I am not one of those persons to say just because you're older, if you are disrespectful to me, that I'm going to let it slide. I will not get personal. I will not use derogatory language, but I will let you know. All right. I will let you know if I don't agree with what you said, or I would just put you in your place. Right. But to me, I go based on maturity and not age. And I think way too many times that older folks think just because they're older, it means that they are going to be guaranteed that type of respect. No, I'm not saying that I'm going to be disrespectful, but I'm not going to just let anything slide on account of somebody being older. There is a thing that I've also noticed with older folks, right? In that from the time you ask a question or from the time you give a response, automatically you're classified as being rude.
Correct.
Me asking a question does not mean me being rude. It probably means that I'm not in agreement with what you're saying or I'm seeking further clarification. And way too many persons think that they are being challenged just because you say something or you ask something, right? So for me, it's not about age. It has to do with your level of maturity and the amount of respect that I'm being given. All right, Minute Man, you have exactly that.
Yes. I think okay, that's not your name now.
Oh Lord.
Anyhow, my philosophy is that you speak to people in the language that they understand. If you're speaking to me in a language, I guess that's your language, so I'm going to respond to you in your language. So if you're using colorful words, naturally I'm probably going to use colorful words too, because that's the language you understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way you could tell me that a grown person is watching a young person and cuss them out from, how would you say, from thy kingdom come and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you expect that young person to just sit there and just take all the abuse that you could throw at that young person. I can't understand why people think that's supposed to be right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're abusing me like that, naturally I'm going to be hurt. You're hurting me. I have to defend that. I have to somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I could defend it is in the colorful words that you give to me. So I mean, I don't see why people expect that you could cuss me out and I don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Age has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I strongly believe what that part of the teaching from way back, where you can't disrespect older people. I think something wrong with that somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, I ain't saying that you should go wrong and disrespect people just out to the claim respect.
Mm-hmm.
But same how I can't go wrong and do it, you as an older person, you should not be doing it to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see it.
All right.
And that my minute is finished.
Let me see. You spoke for 2 minutes exactly. All right. You afforded an extra minute. Okay. So 2 minutes, man, today. We're going to see what happens tomorrow.
Excuse me. Remember you took some of my minutes.
Yes. All right. Good hearing from you, Coach Joe. All right. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye. All right.
One final thing I think from me here. We usually talk about a lot of the young people with their drug issues and their alcohol issues and other issues. And there are several reasons why people do these things. But one of the things that affect young people that cause them to turn to some of these things for relief is a lot of hurt from older people, especially parents, because we come from, or we have this particular generation of parents who never believe they're wrong and who have hurt you in some real serious ways. They have hurt you so bad, and you're never going to get that addressed because they never see they're wrong. They're never going to come back and say, well, I'm sorry for this. Well, they don't even believe in saying sorry in the first place, right? So you have these people who have this heart carrying with them from the older generation, from their own parents, and it does not get dealt with. And so they just try to figure something out. Everybody deals with things differently, and they just try to figure something out to deal with things.
But you realize that's a separate topic that we could talk about. How do you let go of the past where your parents don't say sorry, they don't acknowledge the things that they've done wrong? That's a separate talk to us. Just there. And all the folks, we want for y'all to chime in. All right, so we definitely have to head on out as it's time for us to bring to you today's Community Dateline.